Imagine standing on the ground, leaning against the fender of your chip truck with a warm bottle of water in your hand. It is 1 o'clock in the afternoon, the sun is beating down, and you are looking up into the canopy of a large silver maple. Up there, 40 feet in the air, is your newly hired lead climber. He is trying to set a rigging block for a heavy limb removal, but he is fumbling with the sling. He is moving slow. His positioning looks clunky, and his tie-in point is not quite where you would have placed it. You can feel your hands starting to twitch. Your jaw tightens. Every single instinct in your body is screaming at you to run over to your gear locker, throw on your saddle, yell at him to get down out of your tree, and do it yourself. You know with absolute certainty that you could climb up there, rig that limb, drop it cleanly, and be back on the ground in 15 minutes flat while he is going to take an hour. That right there is the absolute hardest mental bridge a working arborist will ever have to cross. It is the lead climber trap. Your hands are calloused, your body knows how to hustle, and for your entire career, your identity and your self-worth have been tied to being the absolute fastest, smoothest, most badass climber on the job site. But now you are the business owner. And if your brain stays stuck up in that canopy while your company is trying to grow on the ground, you are anchoring your entire financial future to your own two hands. Today, we are talking about transitioning from being the lead climber to becoming the captain of your ship. We are going to dig deep into the uncomfortable psychology of shifting from doing the work to leading the people who do the work. I am going to show you how to stop micromanaging your drop zone so your guys can actually grow, how to empower your crew bosses so you can step away from the site, and how to teach your team to treat your expensive diesel trucks and commercial chainsaws with the exact same respect they would show their own life support lines. When you are the best worker in your own company, you do not actually own a business yet. You just own a very demanding, highly stressful job where you are the bottleneck. Think about a tree with a massive canopy, but a completely restricted, compacted root flare. The leaves are demanding water, the branches are stretching out, but the core trunk cannot pass the nutrients fast enough because everything is choked at the base. That is exactly what happens when you refuse to step back. Your company cannot handle more than 1 or 2 jobs a day because everything has to flow directly through your physical labor. To break out of this bottleneck and step into your true role as a captain, let us look at the 3 critical shifts you must make starting today. The first shift is hanging up your production crown and embracing the view from the ground. Look, I get it. Being the elite climber is addictive. It feels incredible to drop a massive lead exactly where you want it while the ground crew watches in awe. There is a lot of pride in that saddle. But as a business owner, your primary responsibility is no longer production output. Your responsibility is orchestration, safety oversight, and strategic direction. Think about it like this. A ship needs its captain standing on the bridge, looking out at the horizon, watching for storms, checking the radar, and steering the vessel safely through the channel. If the captain gets bored or stressed, runs down into the boiler room, grabs a shovel and starts throwing coal into the furnace because he thinks the crew is moving too slow, what happens to the ship? Nobody is steering. The ship goes off course, ignores the hazards, and crashes directly into the rocks. When you are up in the tree holding a chainsaw, your world is tiny. Your vision is limited to the exact cut you're making and the limb right in front of your face. You cannot see the traffic backing up on the street. You cannot see that your ground man is standing in the drop zone with his back turned. You cannot see the homeowner walking out their back door right under your rigging line. And most importantly, you cannot see the 3 missed calls on your phone from a commercial property manager who wants to hand you a $20,000 contract. You have to realize that the most valuable place for you to stand is on the ground, observing the entire system, managing the safety parameters, and steering the business forward. The second shift is standardizing your rigging and empowering your crew bosses. Micromanagement is the silent killer of team morale. If you are standing at the base of the tree constantly screaming at your ground crew, telling them exactly how to wrap the porta-wrap, exactly how to rake the grass, and exactly how to pack the chip truck, you are destroying their confidence. You are teaching them to stop thinking for themselves. They will realize that no matter what they do, you are going to tell them it is wrong. so they will just stand around with their hands in their pockets waiting for you to issue every single command? You need to treat your leadership structure exactly like a high-strength rigging system. When you set up a complex lowering system for a massive log, you do not just tie a random knot and hope for the best. You use engineered blocks, friction devices with clear ratings, and a standard operating procedure that everyone on the crew understands. You set up the system to do the heavy lifting for you. In your business management, your standard operating procedures are your rigging lines. Sit down with your crew bosses and set crystal clear parameters for what success looks like. Define exactly how the job site should be signed and coned for traffic safety. Define exactly how your company prunes an ornamental tree according to professional standards. Once those standards are established and your team is trained, step back and give them the autonomy to execute. If a crew boss makes a minor mistake or moves a little slower than you would like, do not run in and snatch the tool out of his hand. Wait until the job is done, gather the team around the truck for a morning coffee the next day, and run a calm, professional debrief. Treat it like analyzing a near miss on a climb. Show them how to adjust the system so they can do it better next time. When you show your people that you trust them to lead, they will stand taller, work harder, and protect your company reputation, even when you are miles away writing estimates. The third and final shift is instilling true equipment respect and creating a culture of ownership. Every business owner I know has experienced the pain of watching a crew member abuse tools. You see a guy drop a brand new $800 top handle chainsaw right off his saddle onto the asphalt. You see a groundman slam the bucket of your mini loader directly into the tailgate of your clean chip truck because he was rushing. It breaks your heart and it infuriates you because you are the one who has to write the check to fix it. You think to yourself, they just do not care because they did not have to pay for it. But why don't they care? Because to them, that truck or that saw belongs to a nameless entity called the company, and they assume the boss has an endless mountain of cash in the bank to buy replacements. You have to break that mindset by connecting the care of the tools and equipment to their own personal safety and financial success. Think about how a veteran arborist treats his personal climbing rope. He does not drag it through the dirt, he does not let grease get on it, and he stores it neatly in a bag because he knows that rope is his life support line. If that rope fails, he falls. You need to teach your crew that your trucks, your chippers, and your loaders are the life support lines for their families' livelihoods. If the wood chipper blows an engine because a groundman forgot to check the engine oil in the morning, that chipper goes down for 2 weeks. If the chipper is down, the crew cannot work. If the crew cannot work, their hours get cut and their paychecks shrink. Create a rigid system of accountability by assigning specific assets to specific team members. Tool number 3 belongs to helper number 1. Truck number 2 is the sole responsibility of crew boss number 2. Implement a mandatory 10-minute morning inspection checklist. Every single morning before the keys ever turn in the ignitions, fluid levels must be checked, air filters must be blown out, and chains must be sharpened. If a tool is damaged due to pure negligence, there must be clear professional consequences. But when a crew keeps their trucks spotless, keeps their saws immaculate, and goes a full quarter without a single equipment failure, reward them with a team production bonus. Show them that when they take care of the iron takes care of them. Stepping down from being the star climber and stepping up onto the bridge as the captain requires an immense amount of humility and mental discipline. It forces you to find your satisfaction in the growth of your numbers and the safety of your men, rather than the thrill of the canopy. But this is the exact shift that transforms your daily tree hustle into a sustainable, scalable business asset that can run smoothly without you. Let us lock in the core lesson for today. Just because you can climb the highest lead does not mean you should be the one holding the saw, because a true captain rigs the crew to succeed so the ship can navigate the roughest storms without him. Here is your homework assignment for today while you are driving down the highway or heading out to your next job site. Identify one single task on the property today that you normally take over from your crew because you think they are too slow or too messy. Whether it is backing the trailer into a tight driveway or making the final pruning cuts on a low limb, force yourself to put your hands inside your pockets. Stand back, guide your crew boss with calm, clear verbal instructions, and let them complete that task from start to finish. Stop doing the labor. Start building your leaders. Value your position as the captain. Stay safe out there on the ground today, and I will talk to you tomorrow.